Hey folks, hope you're doing well today. Primarily my channel involves riding motorcycles, dual spoke motorcycles, modifications to those motorcycles, that kind of thing. But behind the scenes, a lot of what those modifications involve is these two machines here, my 1932 Atlas Craftsman lathe 9-inch and my little machine shop mini mill over there. Now this lathe, it's a fine lathe, it's a little hobby machine lathe basically, but I need to modify it a little bit so that it can accommodate my needs a little more. And the reason why I need to modify it, basically the feed on this is kind of ridiculous. And if you don't know what feed is on a lathe, it's how far this carriage moves per revolution of the chuck here, the spindle. And when I first got it, my feed was 60 thou per rev, which you see this is a 3/8/16 bolt. This pitch here is about what my feed was. Now I was able to get it down to about 10 thou per rev, but I want to get down even closer than that. I want to get down to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thou per rev. And what that involves would be this power supply, this stepper motor controller, and this stepper motor. Now with these lathes, these old lathes, you primarily had to use these change gears here. You can see I got a stack of them. It's a big pain in the butt. So I want to simplify this, and the reason why I chose this, you know, I looked at a lot of videos online, and some of the guys, they show you their setup, what they got, but they don't show you how to wire it up. So I'm an electronic idiot, and so I'm going to go through step by step with this power supply, this controller, and this stepper motor, and we're going to wire it up, see if it works, and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, let's get moving on. Okay, the first thing I had to prepare for my power supply here is a power cord. Now, all I did is I had an old extension cord, old ratty extension cord. It was a 50-footer. I just snipped it off. It's 8 feet long now, and that's going to go to this power supply. With the power supply, they did send these little connectors and this extra knob thingy, which I don't know what to do with that. This is a Drok, D-R-O-K, Drok power supply, 0 to 48 volt adjustable. So I'm going to be wiring that up. It seems pretty simple, I hope. These instructions are very, very limited as far as what it tells you to do. The one thing that did confuse me right away, I figured out just by watching videos and looking at stuff, this left here is my hot, that's my neutral, and that's my ground. What confused me was this says output. Now in my teeny little brain, output means going out, and I think of that as going in. Maybe that's an electrician thing, and this would be my output here, positive and negative. But right above there, if you can see that, it says input. So I wasn't quite sure what to do with that, but I figured out that this is indeed, I'm going to call that my input just for shits and giggles, and this will be my output going to my controller. So I'm just going to wire this up real quick, and I've got my JIS screwdriver here. Let's get you over here. I'm going to go, my hot is the black. I'm simply going to stick that in that little place right there. This is unplugged. My hot, my neutral, and I do have a color coordinated shrink tube, and my neutral. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, now that I got that powered up, I want to make sure it's getting power right. So I got my, what you call it, my power strip. I'm going to plug this in and turn that on. Okay, so we got power. That's showing up. We got power. Okay, so we got power. Now I should be able to adjust whatever power I want here. There goes my fan. And also the controller, we got to wire that up first. So this controller goes from 10 volt to 30 volts. So I'm thinking 24. Somehow the number 24 got stuck in my head. And if you can see here, it shows you the VCC. That looks like hot, and that black one there is ground. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to go right here, this V plus, I'm assuming that's positive, and the V minus, I'm assuming that's negative. Looking at the instructions here, this does say that it is input reverse polarity protection. Yes. So I think if I got the wires backwards, it would be okay. And I do have another cord that I prepared for wiring this controller up. So let's do that quick. I'm going to turn this off. So looking at the instructions here, this is how this is pictured. So my hot should go to the right and my ground should go to the left. So let's do that quick. I do have a fuse on here just for funsies. So I'm gonna go, this is labeled 1, 2, 3. This is a door that closes, and this is off. I should unplug it just for safety's sake. There, now she's unplugged. So I'm gonna go here to V plus 3, slot 3. And this would be my ground right there. That would be V minus. Oopsie. V minus. Make sure those are nice and tight. Double check. Okay, now, so I should be able to plug this into my controller right here, and I'm going to go by this red one is hot, so I'm going to put that in there. I did solder these ends of these wires, so they should be nice and secure. And this does unplug as well, this part here. Gently take that out. See, it does unplug. It can only go one way. So we'll plug that in. All right. Okay, now let's see if all this fires up. We plug this back in. That's off. I'm going to plug this back in. Turn it on, and we have nothing. Wonder if these wires are backwards. Let's flip them around and see. Let me turn this off. It's supposed to be reverse polarity protected, so let's flip them around and see what happens. You never know. Still got stored energy in there, I think. Let's go with that way. Never know. If it blows up, then I'm out $23. Okay, let's plug it back in. Turn it on. Ah, look at that. Display's coming on. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I mean, in my mind, that's negative and that's positive, and going by the drawing, What do you think? You electricians out there, let me know. I don't know. Okay, so this is where I can adjust the speed of the stepper motor. So let's wire that up. Turn that off. Unplug it. Okay, on the stepper motor, this is a, I don't know what, this is just stepper online. It just tells me, these are colored, you see green, blue, red, black. I also did solder these ends here. Is it solder or solder? So, we can see that black goes to A plus, green goes to A minus, red goes to B plus, blue goes to B minus. So let's do that. Let me put that there so I can see it. And that goes in this little thing here, and it is labeled. You can see A plus, A minus, B plus. So black goes into A plus. So we'll put that in there. Black goes to A plus right there. And green goes to A minus. Right there. Red goes to B plus, which would be, so blue goes to B minus. Yes, B minus. So put that in there. And last but not least, red goes to B plus. Yes, okay, B plus. Make sure I'll do a pull test. Yes, pull test. Yes, okay. So according to this, we can see that together. Black goes to A plus, green goes to A minus, red goes to B plus, and blue goes to B minus. Okay, so that should be correct. So let's try this out. Let's see if this works. I got a bunch of jangledy mess here. Let's plug it in. Turn it on. Okay, and this has a run stop, so I can stop or start the motor. I put this electrical tape on here so we can see it spin maybe clockwise, counterclockwise, and it's supposed to be able to set the range of cut, like say 1 inch or 2 inches. I have to dig into that to see. I'm going to turn this up to 24. .2. It's supposed to be like 24, I think. Kind of hard to dial in. It's real touchy. Okay, let's push the start button and see what happens. Oh, there she goes. Look at that. See how low we can go. So I want it pretty slow. And I can speed it up. I don't know what'll happen if I change this. Apparently nothing. So now I should be able to dial in my feed rate on my lathe pretty accurately. And to stop it, I just stop it. I can go counterclockwise. I did notice that the speed from clockwise to counterclockwise is not matched. You can see that it's not matched. I don't know why. That went to 197. Clockwise is at 391. I don't know why it's almost split in half. Okay, hold the boat. Hold the lottie freaking da boat. Yes, indeed. There are some issues here. First issue is if we saw this here, the plus and the minus from the Amazon description, their picture they have there, these are reversed. So that's an issue. And also, if we look here closely, this B plus, if you follow that up, says B minus. So that is wrong. So the instructions are wrong. What do you do about that? I don't know. Also, another thing I found out with the RPM, matching the RPM on the unit here, you have to match them independently. So if I go 100 and clockwise, so if I go, let's say I go to 2, what does that say, 115, whatever, it will not match when I go to counterclockwise. You have to dial that in independently. So that's another thing. So that's good to know though, right? So in order to get clockwise and counterclockwise at matched RPM, you have to do it independently. So the next order of business is to mount this stepper motor somewhere in this general vicinity, I think. And the controller may be here, I'm not sure yet. And we'll do that in a separate video, or not we, me. I'll do that in a separate video. And I hope this was helpful. I hope this is informative. I hope you appreciate my struggles. Maybe it'll help you if you're going to do the same kind of modification to your old lathe, or you just want to have some general information about stepper motors and power supplies and these controllers. Because I don't, you know, I had to learn this as I went. I probably still have some things to learn. But anyways, thanks for joining me. Like I said, I hope this was helpful and informative. And we will see you in the next video, which will be installing these suckers and testing it out. All right, adios.